the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight to the Langley Speedway for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series presented by Red Light Racing. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for all things Red Light Racing. Tonight, this little short track, they almost call it a bull ring. is going to be host to round number 3 this season. It has been a good start to the season for a couple drivers and a couple, maybe call them shocking surprises this season. Right now, 2 drivers in 2 different races have parked their modifieds in victory lane, one of them being the driver of the 43, that is Joe Strano, the other one being the 42 of Max Terriot. So if you got a 4 in your number so far, it's been good. There's a couple other drivers that have 4s in their numbers here tonight. Will one of them be able to park themselves into victory lane? Looking at the championship standings after just 2 events in the books this season here, it does look like it is Joe Strano right now, who is actually tied for the points championship lead with Max Terriot. Both of them are heads up, 48 points according to the timing or the point standing sheet I'm staring at here. Don Coleman, the Swagger In driver, he is sitting there with 43 points. He is 3rd in the championship hunt. Then it's the wily veteran of Rex Hoyle, who's sitting there with 42. He is in 4th place. 5th is Ty Morosco. He is tied with Richard Murdoch. Then it's Dalton Williamson, Dan Butler, Joshua Buckley, and Rob Higgins, who is tied with Michael Trevorthan for the top 10 in the championship standings. 26 drivers so far this season have turned at least 1 lap in one of the 2 events, and there'll be another 20, it looks like 23 drivers who have registered into the session here at the Langley Speedway. And we don't only welcome all the drivers in, we got to welcome all the fans in tonight tuning in, whether you're tuning in over there on our YouTube live feed, or if tonight you're watching the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, well, via Facebook Live. We welcome all of our viewers and fans in tonight to watch the short track racers. It is open wheels. You will see the Nerf bars banging at some point here tonight. Question being, though, who will park themselves in victory lane? Qualifying right now is underway. Take a look over at the left-hand side of your screen on our new timing and scoring tower, which is brought to us by Al Smith, the fine gentleman that he is, who's behind the scenes diligently working here on the Turn 3 Racing Network to bring all this content out to you race fans. So we got to thank Al for all the many hours that he has put in behind the scenes. As you see, Rex Hoyle is tied with Dalton Williamson right now. The tiebreaker, though, going to Rex Hoyle as he was on the track first. Then it's Max Terriot, Michael Trevorthan, and Richard Murdoch. Currently, that is how they will line up. That is your, call them the provisional pole center right now of Rex Hoyle. So while qualifying is going on, race fans, we got to also talk about something that is near and dear to our heart. I need every one of you that are tuning in on either of our platforms to head on over to the Red Light Racing Facebook page, and I need you to click on the little link for the Victory Junction. I need you to go over and give them a couple likes. Victory Junction partnering with the Red Light Racing Series. Yes, that is for the Monday night side of things, but being just a part of the Red Light family, it doesn't matter which night we're Monday or Thursday, we're all one family, and a lot of children all over the world need all of our helps here in the sim community to fulfill some dreams and some lifestyles. So help out the fundraiser right now that Red Light Racing and the Victory Junction gang group have going on. Head on over to Red Light Racing on Facebook and find some more details and help out a child. Let's send them to camp for a weekend. But while we talk about that, race fans, it does look like officially we have a qualifying grid. Let's take you down trackside to look at our Six Rings Racing starting lineup here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. Starting on the front row for the 54 out of North Carolina for the 505 Motorsports, it is going to be Rex Hoyle. To his outside, driving the number 1 Rev Racing entry, it is Dalton Williamson. Starting in row number 2 in the position number 3, hailing out of Canada, driving the number 42, it is Max Terriot. Starting in the 4th position, driving the number 31 Menards entry, the Metalhead Motorsports of Michael Trevorthan. Starting 5th out of South Carolina, it's Hercules himself. It is the 01 of Richard Murdoch. Starting 6th, the man that lives right down the road in South Carolina, it's the 86 Slim Jim entry of James Skelton. Starting in the 7th position, it's the Swagger In, number 97 of Don Coleman. Starting in the position number 8 here tonight, hailing out on New York, it is the 37 NY of Brian Robinson. Starting in the 9th position here tonight, hailing out of Ayer, Massachusetts, it's the number 11 of Sean Singwell. Starting in the 10th position, driving the Green Forest Trees Supply, number 43 of Joe Strano. Starting 11th here tonight, it's the DraftTop.com, number 2 of Joshua Buckley. Starting in 12, hailing out of Ayer, Massachusetts, it's the number 40 Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply, number 40 of Rob Higgins. Starting in the 13th position here tonight, it will be the man for the Racing School, number 18 of Dan Butler. 13th tonight, it's the California Kid of Rob Haynes in the number 25. Daniel Tobin in the 94 will roll off in the 15th spot. 16th, going to go to the man out of the Raven Graphics, number 7. This is Doyle Florence. Starting in the 17th, it's the Canadian Bacon, number 45 of Tim Williams. Starting 18th on the grid, the number 24 of John Wittendorf. Starting 19th, it's the 14 of Brian Bianchi. Starting 20th here tonight, it's the man from the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, located in Ayer, Massachusetts, number 4 of Bob Higgins. Starting 21st, it's going to be the Raven Graphics, number 63 of Glenn Jameson. Starting 22nd, it'll be the number 3 of Chris Fritz. 23rd, it'll be Travis Minto. And starting shotgun to our starting lineup here tonight will be the driver of the 32 of Tony Strano. Race fans, are you ready to go? Because we will go this time by. We will go green flag racing as Dalton Williamson hits the gas. He's actually going to beat the 54 of Rex Hoyle to the start-finish line. We are green flag racing here for race number 3 at the Langley Speedway as they go down the back straightaway. Who will lead lap number 1 out of the 100 here tonight? It will be the glove box racer. One of them into the outside wall. It's the 31 of Michael Trevarthen on lap number 1. He's going to get a little help. He will go around. He saves it. One of them up and over. I believe that was the number 37 of Robinson. So a little hectic start there. Trevarthen got stuck to the outside. He also got pushed in by the bumper bars there by the number 43 of Joe Strano. They keep it all green flag racing for the time being, as Trevarthen has fallen all the way back to the 18th spot after starting 4th on our grid here tonight, and he is stuck to the outside, headed in the backwards direction. Race fans, that's not good if you're a Michael Trevarthen fan, as there's another one back here, so they're almost 3 wide. Glenn had to back out of the throttle with his brand new Raven Graphics entry here tonight. Jameson back into the 22nd position. Nothing has changed up front here, as you see. The BK Paints, number 1 of Dalton Williamson. He is still leading this race here after 5 completed laps tonight. Currently leading Rex Hoyle and Max Terrill. There you see the distance between 1 and 2, and right there is 3 for the number 42 of Max Terrill. Then it's a little bit farther back so we can actually find our 4th place driver, who's up 3 spots already. It's the Swagger in, the number 97 of Don Codeman, rounding out the top 5. There it is, of James Skelton. Murdoch stuck to the outside. Hercules himself. Right now he's trying to be worked over by the number 18 of Butler, but here comes Tobin. Tobin's taking his inside lane with his 94. This is Tobin's 3rd race here this season with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series here on Thursday night. It may have not been the start of the season that Tobin really wanted, but he comes in here to the Langley Speedway with high hopes that he can turn his season around right here. Tobin came in 21st in the points championship standings after 2 14th place finishes at Phoenix and Martinsville. Seeing if he can have a better night here in round number 3. Everybody has pretty much gone into single file. No battles right now on the raceway. To find one, you got to look right here at the number 11 of Sean Single, the mellow yellow entry here tonight. Sean Single making his 2nd start ever in the SK Modified division. He's out of that northeast area where Modifieds reign supreme. They are king. So on a weekend or even during midweek, you can find SK Modifieds or just Modified Tour in general machines roaring around the speedways up north. That's what he enjoys going to the track to watch. Oh, a little Nerf bar contact there from the 45 of Williams. The blue BK Paints entry gives a little bit of Nerf bar to the number 11, and now Single has gone up the track and he has lost 4, 5, 6, now called 7 positions. Finds himself now just hanging on to the top 15. See if he can gather things up here tonight and keep carrying on. Right ahead of him, it's the number 3 of Chris Fritz and his number 3 machine. Right in front of him, actually, that's the Culpepper's number 14 of Brian Bianchi. Right now, both of them have moved up 6 and 8 positions, respectively, so far here tonight. Right ahead of them, it's the Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 40 of Rob Higgins. Just last, I believe it was Friday night, Rob Higgins was out competing here on iRacing.com with some of the best iRacers, or call them the best iRacer / real world racers. They were out here competing at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Rob Higgins finishing in the money, so went up against some stiff competition, and he absolutely slayed the dragon. Still, Dalton Williamson, he's actually starting to open up his gap just a little bit here. As we go on board with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply on board camera here with the Rev Racer. Looking back, there you see Rex Hoyle. He's right there. This is Hoyle's second season here with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. And last year he had himself a good run, a couple podium finishes, a couple top 10s throughout the season. And now he's continuing to show why he has been sim racing so long and drivers fear him. About 20% about to be in the book here tonight in this event. As you see, the leaders have opened up about a 3-second gap over the swagger in of Don Coleman, who's followed by the Slim Jim 90 or 86 there. So it's the 97 leading the 86 for that 4th and 5th position. Then how about this? It's the draft top number 2 of Josh Buckley. He's hanging out back here. What does Buckley have in the bank here tonight? Has he been practicing? Driver's in a little bit of pain, but he is here tonight to try and wheel this modified into victory lane. It's been one whole season since Josh Buckley has found the checkered flag first here on a Thursday night, and Josh Buckley tonight having himself a pretty strong car. He's actually faster than the 2 drivers last time by that are in front of him. That's Skelton and Coleman. Let's check the time at the line. This time he gives all that time back, so one lap he was faster, the next lap a little bit slower for the driver of that number 2 out of Stafford Springs, Connecticut. Michael Trevarthen back here trying to battle his way back up through the field here tonight. He just got around the Travis Minto entry, the F5 IPA out of Oklahoma. Travis Minto back here running into the currently 21st position. Right behind them, there you see Tony Strano. That's the driver of the number 3. Unsponsored blue car here tonight on a Thursday night. This driver usually being sponsored by the Victory Junction gang. Well, this is Tony Strano's first ever race in a modified. Well, you know what that means? He hasn't had time to paint the car yet, race fans. Don't worry, I'm sure he will be painting one up this week, as right now he's had a clean race. He's moved up 2 spots since starting at the tail end of the field. John Wittendorf is back here in the number 24 entry. He has fallen off just a little bit. Still currently on the lead lap. One driver that has gone a lap down, though, there is that number 4, the Checkered Flag Auto Supply STP entry of Bob Higgins. You see him moving to the outside. Dalton Williamson just got around him, and now you see the 54 Rex Hoyle getting around Bob also. So he is the first driver 1 lap down here tonight as your race leader of Dalton Williamson still continues to set the pace. Earlier this week, though, I did get a message from the number 1 of Dalton Williamson, the driver out of Tampa, Florida. Well, not only is he getting hammered by a storm down there, to deal with the storm, the driver also had the COVID-19. So he had to deal with the coronavirus, feeling very under the weather all week long, but he has shown up here on Thursday night to wheel these machines. There you see a couple other drivers. There's the number 7. That is lower. Oh, boy! Williamson really had to hit the binders there as Tony Strano was right in front of the 7. They were almost 3 wide. Dalton elected to just hit the brakes and kind of sort things out. That's going to let Rex Hoyle close in. Rex Hoyle was about a 1.5 seconds back, and then all of a sudden, with everything that was going on ahead of him, he was able to really close in. 34 laps right now. We are working of Green Flag Racing. The number 7, the driver out of Texas, looks to be a little bit off the pace here. The driver out of Spring, Texas. Raven Graphics Racing Jobs, Raven Graphics entry here tonight. Yeah, we talk about the COVID-19 that the number 1 of Williamson did have. We also got to talk about this man right here. He may be the owner of Raven Graphics, but he's also one of those frontline workers, race fans. Doyle spent many hours since April. Well, since March, really, in the hospital. Works on the front line in the ER. He's an ER nurse. So our hats have to go off to Doyle and everything he has done this year. Sim racing has kind of taken a back burner for him, and he's out here with the Red Light Racing Series, wheeling and dealing on Thursday night. Maybe a lap down, but right now, race fans, in all of our hearts and all of our minds, he is probably, well, I shouldn't say probably, he is the winner. So a rough night, though, for the Raven Graphics machine, currently sitting 23rd. Tony Strano right ahead of him. John Wittendorf also there, battling for currently that lucky dog position, because that man right there, Travis Minto, oh, he's on the hot seat. The leader is starting to close in on him right there, right behind it. You can actually see that BK Paints entry closing in. As we go on board here with our drafttop.com onboard camera with the F5 IPA entry. One of them down into the grass. That's the 31. That is Michael Trevarthen. 31 of Michael Trevarthen has spun his Menards entry here. His night went from bad to even worse. That's not exactly what he wanted to see. I believe we might have what happened to the driver of the 31. Let's take the look back. You are watching the replay right here. See the 31 go down into the corner. Let's see. It looked pretty good there. Oh, it looks like Glenn had to check up coming out of the corner. His Raven Graphics number 63 got a little loose, and he had to check up, or got a little tight. He had to check up. And Michael Trevarthen, nowhere to go, right into the rear Nerf bar of that machine. As Michael Trevarthen now goes a lap down to the race leader. Dalton right now has set sail. As we work lap number 45, almost halfway home here tonight. As you look at that number 11 there of Sean Single, he has a special message here tonight for his mom and dad. Had to say hi, thanks for tuning in and supporting the young man and everything he has done, not just here in a sim racing career, but also in the real world side of things. Taking a little time out of here, their busy schedules, to tune in to the Turn 3 Racing Network, Mr. and Mrs. Single. We appreciate you tuning in here as we got a caution flag on the track. Caution flag will come out. It's the driver out of Canada driving the Rev Racing BK Paints entry number 45. Tim the Bacon Man Williams has looped it around here as we closed in on the halfway point. We'll have to take the look back here in just a second. Take the look back here. Watch that BK Paints, Rev Racing. Canadian Bacon, oh, right into the back of the racing school entry, and then it's the 37NY coming in there. Robinson. Just a chain reaction down there in turns 3 and 4. Couple of your leaders there almost getting into it. Also, Don Kohnman almost getting involved. See if we can go back here and watch it from high above. There you see the checkup from the 18 to the 45, 37, 3, 40, all of them involved. And Tim Williams goes to loop it around, and then Wittendorf checks up. Strano doesn't check up in time. Look at Kohnman almost into the back of that pile up, too. It could have been a bigger chain of events right there than what it was. So I believe this is the first time we're ever going to get to use this. But right there. That man. First one to get the Yeeted Award goes to Tim Williams. A couple drivers will take this opportunity here under this caution flag, and they will head to pit road for the first time. Looks like Chris Fritz, Travis Minto will all come to pit road. Dan Butler also down in the racing school entry. Looks like a possible 2-tire stop for the 18. So at the front of the field here at the halfway point home, as the halfway flags will be displayed, it'll be Dalton Williamson, Rex Hoyle, Max Terriot, Don Coleman, James Skelton, Josh Buckley, Richard Murdoch, Daniel Tobin Jr., Brian Robinson, and Rob Higgins. That is the top 10 currently here tonight at the halfway point home. Tonight we are missing the driver of the number 6 out of Arlington, Virginia, the Six Rings Racer. The 2-time cancer survivor has not made it here tonight. As the iRacing pace car dives in, we go back racing here with 52 laps officially in the books. Dalton Williamson is back onto the throttle. Here comes the storm from the north. One storm spins out, the other storms towards the front. Here's the 42 of Max Terriot. He has now made it back into the second position. He started third here tonight, hasn't fallen back on the initial start, and now he's back here running in second on this restart. There's that 42, the all-black number, famous 42, coming to the front. Everybody has gone single file. One of them going around. Two of them. The 11 is involved of Sean Single. Single involved in this one, and a couple other drivers. Wittendorf also. Looks like Tony Strano up in smoke also. Let's take the look back here because we didn't catch it completely live. Let's watch back. Watch that number 24, John Wittendorf. Let's see what happens to him. Oh, it actually happened out in front of him. There you see the 11 involved. He was going around. John kind of actually snuck on through there. Daniel Tobin was involved. Believe Rob Higgins involved. Let's take a look at this. Watch it back again. It started here with these three drivers. The 40 of Higgins, the 94 to the outside, and oh, it looked like Higgins checked up and Tobin came down. Thought that he was clear to the inside, and looks like they all made contact. There you see the number 40 of Higgins on his lid. Tobin driving away in the 94 entry. The Tuning Tuesday Modified Monday entry, the 94 of Tobin. Watch it back again. Looks like the 40 had to get out of the gas. They split him going down the front straightaway. And then, oh, look at Joe Strano, hard impact also. Tim Williams able to come to a complete stop to the outside there in the BK Paints number 45. So there you see Tobin. He's down on pit road trying to get some services done to that 94 to see if he can come back out onto the track. He will go one lap down, though, to the race leader. So handful of drivers involved in that one. Looks like we're being told that it was Tim Williams, Michael Trevarthen, Joe Strano, Tony Strano, Daniel Tobin, Rob Higgins, and John Wittendorf also getting a little piece of the accident there. So this is our second caution flag of the evening. Well, while we race here at the Langley Speedway tonight for round number 3, we got to thank the guys for stopping in over there from the Swagger Inn right now live on the TVs over at the Swagger Inn here for the Turn 3 Racing Network. We thank all of their continued support, not just here on the iRacing.com platform, but also the continued support for the driver of the 97 of Don Coleman. iRacing pace car will make that left-hand turn, and we will go back green flag racing. Green flag back into the air once again here at the Langley Speedway. As Williamson got another great start. This time, Max Terrell had to start to the outside. Here comes the wily veteran. Rex Hoyle down to the bottom in his 54 entry. He'll make quick work of that, the 505 Motorsports entry. He'll make quick work, and look at old Richard Dock back here. The 01. Full Throttle Racer, the Adventure in Pixels entry. He's come to play tonight. Put the big boy shoes on. Didn't have a very fast car in qualifying. Or practice, I should say. Practice time for Richard Murdoch, dead last. 24 cars. He was the 24th fastest. Look at this. Max Terrell, we just talked about him. He restarted on the outside of row number 1. Where is he now? Well, he's battling to hold on to that 7th position. He will not. Chris Fritz, the driver of the number 3 out of Carolina, he will now take over the 15th spot. Hard Charger tonight, currently going to the number 3 of Chris Fritz. He has moved up 7 positions since the drop of the green flag here tonight. Max Terrell has fallen now back to 8th. Restarted 2nd, now running 8th. He's just ahead of the number 14 of Brian Bianchi. So there's a couple drivers like Fritz moving towards the front here as the stages of this race start to click off. See a little bit of that Nerf bar, the pink Nerf bar on the front of that number 3. Yeah, maybe a little tore up, but you know what? Short track racing, and he has the most positions gained tonight. That's exactly what he wants to do here in round number 3. Last time by, Travis Minto just ran his fastest lap of the race. It was a 14.87 second lap last time by for the driver out of Oklahoma. The Minto family, as you see Travis here, her brother Brandon, who competes on Monday night, both of them part of the United States Air Force. We got to thank them for their support, protecting our country here to allow us to bring you these racing shots here via iRacing.com. As once again, Dalton Williamson, Mr. COVID, has checked out. Almost a second lead currently over Rex Hoyle. Then it's Richard Murdoch, who sits a little bit farther back. Right now, Murdoch is about a second and a half behind the race leader. He is currently battling with the 86. That is James Skelton. Right behind Skelton, that is Don Coleman. Currently running all 3 of those drivers running 3rd, 4th, and 5th on our timing and scoring here tonight. Under 30 laps to go here, and the battle towards about, call this mid-pack back here. There's the 11, a single. There's Robinson in the 37NY. Brand new colors on the 37NY. It looks like a little bit of that spec mapping. Chrome paint on the Fanatec number 37 out of New York. Robinson has dropped 2 positions since the drop of this green flag. Caution flag coming out. Travis Minto has had a little bit of a run-in, I believe, with the number 45. There you see the BK Paints entry down on pit road. What happened between Travis Minto and Tim Williams? Let's find out here. Oh, Minto self-yeeted around. And he spun it back around, and I don't know what happened then to Tim Williams. So Minto self-yeets himself down into the grass, and let's go back and see what happened to Tim. Tim down on the bottom of the raceway. Oh, his car just... Yep, that's exactly what happened there. Let's watch it again. Down on the apron there with the left side tires. That can help you and that can hurt you, and right there it hurt Tim as he found himself into the inside wall. So that'll bring out the 3rd caution flag here tonight. So, yeah, Minto has some issues with the number 19, but he doesn't bring the caution flag out. It's actually Tim Williams bringing that caution flag out. Flash bulbs still going off here tonight. Dalton Williamson still leading this race. He has yet to bring his machine down pit road. So it looks like it'll be about 22 laps to go when we do get to go back racing. As you look down here tonight from our Victory Junction blimp cam. As your leader of Dalton Williamson, trying to hold on to see if he can park himself into victory lane here this season. Last season, he did snatch up 2 wins in his rookie campaign, so we know there's a lot of speed in that number 1. He has led every lap so far here tonight over the veteran of Rex Hoyle. Now, here's the interesting thing that I want to see here on this restart. Just a little while ago, we saw the number 42 right there. You see him, the black car on screen, Max Terrill. He started on the outside of row number 1, and he went straight backwards on the restart. He wound up finding a home right there around the 8th position. So he found 8th position and wasn't able to make up any ground. Chris Fritz was able to hang on in front of him. So now with Rex Hoyle to the outside, we will see if he can hang on. iRacing pace car will make that left-hand turn here with 21 laps of racing to go. Green flag back in the air. We are green flag racing once again. A great start there by Rex Hoyle. He's going to be able to hold serve. He will fall into line running into that 2nd position. Murdoch will hold serve for 3rd, and Skelton looks like he's going to be the man that falls back. Coneman has got around the 86 of Skelton. Here comes Chris Fritz. He is on the move here tonight. He is doing the hustle. The driver out of Carolina. Oh, one of them going around. One of them around, and it's the driver out of South Carolina, the Slim Jim entry. The Flowertown Animal Hospital out of Charleston, South Carolina. James Skelton has gone around. The 4th yellow flag of the evening coming out. There you see him. It looks like Skelton's night may be over here. We'll take a look back here in just a couple of seconds at our replay and see what the truck can tell us as we went back green flag racing there. Let's take the look back here. Watch the Slim Jim entry, the 86 to the outside. Chris Fritz got around him. Oh, Brian Bianchi just a little too hard into the corner. It's going to spin the Slim Jim entry out and then nowhere to go for Travis Minto. Minto hard into the Slim Jim Axe Flowertown Animal Hospital entry. Watch it back, watching James Skelton. Yeah, that's hard contact. It was right to the Nerf bar. Oh, and then Bianchi and Buckley, I believe it was. And Bianchi up against the outside retaining wall with the Culpeppers number 14, Bromley Designs. Let's watch it back. There you see the Culpeppers number 14. And then the 2 of Buckley goes high to the outside. And, oh, Max and Bianchi get into it. Coming out of turn 4, the contact sends the 14 up into the number 2. And that will then bring them together on the front straightaway. There you see Bianchi going around. Culpeppers Bakery and Calf, number 14, here tonight is up in smoke. His night looks to possibly be done. There you see Josh Buckley. It looks like he's going to be able to come back out onto the racing surface, but will his car be as competitive as it once was? Fourth caution flag of the night. Just 15 laps to go here in round number 3. iRacing pace car will come back down pit road here. Dalton Williamson will smash the gas. Rex Hoyle right there. Second, Richard Murdoch, Don Coleman. To the outside, though, that's the 97 of Coleman. Coleman trying to hold off the strong charging number 3 of Fritz. They will go wheel to wheel down into the corner. Almost sliding up the speedway for the number 3 of Fritz. 13 laps to go. Don Coleman now falling through the field in a swagger in entry. Smoke on the infield from the Culpeppers number 14 machine as he sits on pit road with a blown motor. It is still Dalton Williamson, but he's not able to run away as much as he did at one point here tonight. There you see the BK Paints Rev Racing entry over Rex Hoyle. They got about, call it almost a second lead currently over Richard Murdoch. Then it's Chris Fritz back there. Fritz just turned his fastest lap of the race, and he's being chased down by the 42 of Max Terriel. This time by for Dalton Williamson, though, it will be double high five from the flag stand. 10 laps to go here. 10 laps to go at Langley for round number 3 of the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. Who will be able to come back around here? Right now, if the race were to end and Dalton Williamson would win this race, he would be the 3rd winner of the season. Hoyle could notch his name in here yet. Richard Murdoch got to hold serve in 3rd. Now here comes Max Terriel. He gets around Chris Fritz. Fritz now loses 1. Now he's going to lose 2 positions. Here comes Sean Single as he's going to look to the inside. Can he get the run off of turn 2? He gets the run, but Fritz is going to slam the door. Bumper bars touching. Big check up there. Dan Butler had to hit the hooks. Here comes John Wittendorf also in the number 24 machine. 7 laps to go. And these drivers here tonight are giving it all she's got within 10 laps to go. Now it's 6 laps to go. Dalton Williamson still continuing to lead the way here tonight. Race fans, what do you think? Do you think he can do it? 5 more laps, under 2.5 miles of racing to go. Dalton Williamson got the high five last time. This time by, here he will see 4 fingers in the air. Richard Murdoch is starting to run down Rex Hoyle. Will Murdoch be able to get to that 2nd position? Because here comes the 42. Here comes Max Terriel. He is starting to really close the gap on that number 1. The Adventure in Pixels 01 there of Richard Murdoch. 3 laps to go this time by. This is our closest battle on the racetrack currently, as Murdoch is still running down that 54. Popsicle sticks, 2 laps to go here tonight. Round number 3. Williamson now a lap and a half away from parking the BK Paints Rev Racing entry into victory lane. It is 1 lap to go here, presented by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Now it's only a half a lap just like that. Dalton Williamson will come back around here. He will win tonight here at the Langley Speedway. Followed by Rex Hoyle, Richard Murdoch, Max Terriel, Don Coleman, Chris Fritz, Dan Butler will hold on with the Racing School entry. He will finish 7th. John Wittendorf in 8th. Buckley 9th, and Jameson sitting there in 10th. There it is, the man out of Tampa, Florida. He will now officially burn it down here tonight. He is the winner of round number 3, Dalton Williamson. Gonna let her eat some Canadian bacon. What a race here tonight, race fans. 4 caution flags as you see your winner of Dalton Williamson right there. He's not content in where he parks that number 1 machine. He's trying to put her in victory lane. As he does put her in victory lane, race fans, we're going to take a quick commercial break here. We'll be back for our post-race show here tonight from the Langley Speedway for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series, presented by Red Light Racing. Well, welcome back here, race fans. As you see it on the screen, that right there, the number 1 of Dalton Williamson is your winner here tonight. We will catch up with him in just a second. 100 laps of racing, though, race fans. Take a look at the left-hand side of your screen and find where your favorite driver will finish here tonight from the Langley Speedway in round number 3 here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. Well, let's not waste any more time because he's sitting down here with, he's now officially drinking a Corona after he just had the Corona. Your winner here tonight, Dalton Williamson. Dalton, from the coronavirus to victory lane, how did you get it done, not just here tonight, but all week long, battling with, well, the Rona?
Well, we can blame the Rona on Don since he got the Rona. But as far as the tonight went with the car, man, I never thought I'd say this, but this iRacing fixed setup fit my driving style. And, you know, I found that if you got in the throttle at the right point, you could turn it with a throttle and handle really good up off the corner. And other than that, there wasn't much to it. Just keeping the turn in the car and not really binding the car up.
Yeah, we watched you all night long. You did dominate here tonight. You led all 100 laps here at Langley. You know, you didn't have the quick time tonight, or maybe you did. I already confused myself. But either way, how do you put on such a dominating performance?
Like I said, man, this setup fit my driving style and found a way to steer it with a throttle and just conserve my tires while I was out front and tried setting the pace at a race.
Yeah, and you set that pace where nobody else was able to really come up and challenge. Were you worried, though, with the cautions after the halfway point here tonight? 4 of them kind of all flying in about 10-lap little spurts. Were you worried that maybe Rex Hoyle had something saved in the bank for you?
I don't know if Rex heard me over the radio, but I told everybody in here I need the life alert on them restarts because it was stressing me out.
Well, I believe you might be able to get one from your teammate of Don Coneman or Tim Williams. I believe they both do have that life alert, but I can't say they're going to share with you, but you might be able to get one. You know, this season so far, Dalton, you haven't been able to find victory lane. You've had some good finishes. You finished 6th in the season opener at Phoenix. You finished 4th last week at Martinsville. But now looking forward, after you park yourself in victory lane here, it's going to put you towards the top of our championship standings. We will head to the USA International Speedway before heading to North Wilkesboro and Myrtle Beach coming up here. 3 tracks, 3 different lengths. They all drive differently. Looking at those 3 races, though, when do you think you can park this Rev Racing machine back in victory lane?
I'm probably going to go with Myrtle Beach. That's another track that fits my driving style. USA, it's hit or miss for me. But I mean, really, the rest of the season, a lot of the tracks we go to are pretty much my favorites for this car.
Do you have a track that's not your favorite?
Nah, not really. Kind
Well,
of like every track.
That's more than what I can say for myself when I step behind the wheel of one of these modifieds here. But Dalton, we know you want to go relax just a little bit here on Thursday night. Who do you got to thank for parking the number 1 machine in victory lane for the 3rd time in your red light career?
Most and foremost, man, you guys for podcasting, like I always say, the league sponsors, Josh, all the admin that make this league as good as it is, man. It's a hell of a league, a lot of good drivers. As far as sponsors, BK Paints, Platinum RV Services, Tim, Don, Travis, everybody on Rev Esports that helps me open every week and helps me compete on that side of things. But other than that, not too much, man.
Well, there you hear it from your winner tonight. Dalton Williamson will pull it out here for the first win of this season. He parks his entry in victory lane. From the coronavirus to victory lane for the Rev Racer. Congratulations to Dalton and the whole crew. I'm sure they're now going to go back to the drawing board and start heading to the USA International Speedway. Coming home in 2nd place here tonight, driving the number 54 entry, is going to be Rex Hoyle, the driver out of North Carolina, the 505 Motorsports entry. Rex, a good car for yourself also, as you sat there in 2nd place. It looked like you had a very strong car. Did you have anything left at the end of this one, though, that you could have went up and battled with Dalton?
No, I didn't have much. Seemed like the car tightened up a little bit. We tried to stay with him, but several restarts on the outside. I mean, it's a rough track when you get on the outside. On the initial start, Dalton got a good jump, and it was just a great race from there on out.
So a good start there by Dalton. What did you need, though, to try and go up there and battle with that number 1 machine?
Mainly, I just need to roll the center a little bit better. I felt like driving in too hard. I tried backing off a little bit and trying to roll, and I could pick up a little bit, but he was running a great race and great line, and I got to give it to Dalton. He ran a great race.
So now we're going to have another race coming up at USA before a little bit of a hiatus for the holidays. Do you think you can park this American machine in victory lane?
Man, we're sure going to try to. We've been chasing this checkered flag, and we're getting better in the modified. We've been running a lot of super late models, but I really like the modified, the way it handles, and I'm really looking forward to staying up here in the front, try to keep this thing going, and sooner or later we're going to grab us a flag.
Well, sooner or later, Rex, I hope soon we can talk to you not just on the podium, but in victory lane. This season you finished 5th and 2nd, so it's been a really good start for this whole crew. Who makes it possible behind the scenes?
Yeah, it's been a great start to the season. I got to thank American Tire Distributors, yourfinancial.com, Parkway Ford Lincoln, and we grabbed a new sponsor this week, Quality Oil Company and Quality Mart, and we're looking forward to putting on a good show for them the rest of the season.
Well, there you heard it from the driver coming home in the 2nd position here tonight. Rex Hoyle will have himself another good finish here on Thursday night. We'll see if he can keep up the strong finishes heading forward. So far, it's been a good, strong season. Let's see who comes home 3rd here tonight. It's the driver of the Adventure in Pixels 01 out of South Carolina, Richard Murdoch. Murdoch, practice. Let's just go all the way back to the practice session here tonight.
Do we have to go back to practice?
We have to go back to practice because it was not a good practice for you.
It wasn't. When I joined, there was already about 25 cars out here. I couldn't get a good lap in. And then I got to give James Skelton a lot of credit. He kind of gave me some pointers there at the end, and I went out and ran it in qualifying, and he said he's not helping me anymore because I qualified ahead of him.
Well, that's not very nice.
Well, it is what it is. You know how racing goes.
Well, racing, sometimes you can't share all your secrets. Like I'm sure Chase Elliott didn't share all his secrets over the weekend at the Phoenix International Raceway. But Murdoch, going from being a rookie in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK division to where you are now, it's been kind of 2 opposite seasons. This season, a 4th and a 6th, and now a 3rd to go along with that. Where does all the success all of a sudden come from?
Just experience. That's the only thing I can say with these cars. I'm still trying to figure them out. I'm still learning every race. I kind of get behind somebody and watch them and see what they're doing and see how the car reacts after 50, 70 laps, and it's just every race I'm learning something new, and I'm trying to apply it going forward every time.
Well, you're doing a pretty darn good job, my friend. We're going to let you also go celebrate a little bit. So who makes it all possible behind the scenes?
Well, my buddy out in Colorado, Jeremy, and his wife Katie with the Adventures in Pixels. I appreciate them letting me do that. And then I'm bringing on a new one. My daughter Emily and nephew Gavin, they have a little YouTube channel, Game Breakers, where they throw up Minecraft videos and all kind of cool stuff. I'm gonna put them on my car and get them a little publicity. And then just everybody that watches, my Uncle Gary out in California, and my dad and brother up in Chester, South Carolina, and my Uncle Steve here in Somerville, and my buddy Frank, and just everybody for tuning in. It's awesome. These cars are fun, and I look forward to hopefully being competitive moving forward.
Well, there you heard it from the 3rd place finisher here tonight out of Somerville, South Carolina. It's the Adventure in Pixels driver. Richard Murdoch will once again have himself a very strong hot rod, and he's going to look to try and keep the momentum up. But that is your top 3 finishers here tonight. As there you see the man, Dalton Williamson. He was the one who was able to put it in victory lane and pretty much dominate here tonight. Race fans, we got to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We will be back with more red light racing action on Monday as the Scrambler Series heads to Atlanta. It'll be the final chance for any driver to lock themselves into the Championship 4 when we head to the Miami Homestead Speedway. You can also catch more of the SK Modified Division right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network next Thursday night when we head to the USA International Speedway before we take a break for the Thanksgiving holiday. So, race fans, we got to thank you all for watching here tonight, and we hope you definitely enjoyed the show, whether you're tuning in tonight on our Turn 3 Racing YouTube page or following along here tonight on Facebook Live. For everybody at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply and Red Light Racing, along with myself, Roger Muth, here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed it. We can't wait to see you back again next week.